Hey, what's up? Big E here from Big E TV. Today is Tuesday, January the 16th. I'm back on my recumbent bike and I am stoked to start with the news and the top trend for Tuesday 2018. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have just had their third child. Woo! You know what? I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, or if it's black or white, healthy or not. But you know what? I don't care, and neither should you. An 11-year-old girl from Toronto was apparently had reported a hate crime, having her hijab cut 2 times by an Asian man. This was back last Friday, and the report came in yesterday from the police after doing due diligence that it turned out to be all fabricated. There's a lot around that, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of a deep dive on that topic. 20 nations are here in center of the universe, Vancouver, British Columbia. If you need any more evidence that this is the center of the universe, and for those of you that are wondering why I often use that expression, it's a little bit of a right here, right now statement that everybody should feel like that, because that's true. Wherever you are in the moment is the center of the universe, because you see our world from your eyes, correct? I see it from mine. So yeah, that's a little bit of it. And also Vancouver is among the world's greatest cities as well. A lovely new Westminster, which I learned is among the most diversified of all areas. Peter Julian, I subscribe to his stuff, and I was learning that this has more diversity than any district in North America, which I am also very proud of. 20 nations of the world, they're here to talk about supposedly peaceful resolutions and what's happening in Korea, North Korea that is. But that brings up a couple of interesting points, because Russia and China were not invited to the table. On the other side, they were both critical of these talks and what kind of meaningful outcomes could come as a result. So, let's see. They weren't invited, but they didn't want to come anyway. Sounds very familiar. If you remember, in the NBA, the tradition is for the champions to go visit the White House and the president. And it made, after you know who was elected, the Golden State Warriors, some of the prominent outspoken ones, like Steph Curry and their coach, said that they weren't going to go to the White House. And then after that, you know, the White House said, well, you know what, we're not inviting them to come. So I'm not sure the chicken or the egg on this one, but it is interesting. Bomb scare that happened in Hawaii, I found very intriguing. Of course, when it's that kind of panic with that short of notice, which perhaps that's exactly how much time they would have in that, if such an unfortunate thing were to happen, that could be really dangerous, because I have no idea what that could do. I saw people getting into manholes, underground sewers, and with their families, and I'm sure it caused panic and chaos. So that's horrible, but I know for myself it was a little bit of a wake-up call. A nuclear holocaust could happen. What would you do? What would I do? It really made me ponder, like, do I want to get low undergrounds? Or if it was a bomb where everything blew up, and if you're underground, then you're trapped and now you're stuck and you're going to die because of that. It was a lot of questions that went on my mind. So Big E, always being the positive one, I was looking at that thinking, well, I guess that was probably a pretty good exercise. Maybe there was something there where it was intentional, and it was a good wake-up call for people, and in terms of preparedness, and also earthquake. Turning to sports, Big E TV is proud to announce that we have been selected after a rigorous process to be the voice of the brand new Vancouver Knights professional basketball team, playing right here in the center of the universe. I know back in the day it was the Vancouver Nighthawks, And fellow Zen Master, shout out to you, Mark Staley. That was a fantastic league that went out of the BC Place. And Mark Staley was the only Canadian on the roster. I believe that the current roster here for the Vancouver Knights has 2 Canadians, and one of them is Kits Beach's own, or you could say the First Nations own, or I believe he went to Britannia's own, Dimitri Harris. So Dimitri, congratulations, man. Really proud of you, and really happy to be affiliated with them. They've got their first professional basketball game. That is going to be at the Richmond Olympic Oval this Sunday, January 21st at 3 p.m. against Yakima. I believe they're called the Sun Devils, and then they're going to play again on Monday at 10 a.m. So, woohoo! Looking at our national team, I went and did a little research. We are currently ranked 25th in the world in basketball. Canada, the world champions in U19, 11 current players on NBA rosters. Now, of course, the last time they played last November is a qualifier for this summer's World Championships, and they lost to the powerhouse Dominican Republic. Anyway, they're behind such countries as China in the world standings, Mexico, Iran. But we need to get our act together, folks. So this is a big call out to you in Basketball Canada, and it boggles my mind that this is basketball and we're Canada and we're better than that. I will give a shout out to Philip Scrubb in that last game against the DR. He did lead the team, I believe, with 22.7 rebounds, and he is the son of, again, another fellow Zen Master, Lloyd Scrubb at Vancouver College. Way to go, Phil. Way to lead your team. I'm so proud to see the British Columbian folks like Kelly Olynyk. Always comes up big in the big games, like against Venezuela, who is another team, Venezuela, mind you, that is ahead of Canada in the international rankings. On a more positive note, the women's team has qualified for the next summer's World Championships in Spain, FIBA World Basketball World Cup 2018. So congratulations to you ladies for making it that far. Meanwhile, the UBC men's basketball team, Deb Huban and the women, you know I love you gals too. They're having a little bit of a rebuilding season, but I think Deb's her teams have won 3 national championships, so that's not so bad. But as for the men are definitely looking solid. They're ranked number 6 right now in Canada. They're playing this Friday night up on the UBC endowment lands, the First Nations, Musqueam Nations. We're going to go 7 p.m. up on, I'm going to say the hill, but Kevin won't let me. So I'll say the endowment lands. There's going to be a lot of fans out. Why? Because if you wear your team jersey, you will get in free. Yes, that's true. Free admission if you were to show your pride. I'm sure we'll see lots of Kitsilano Blue Devils there. So that's going to be a great time. Big E will be there, Big E TV. So any of you young up-and-coming women and men, boys and girls, I'm happy to interview you, and then you may even get on the Big E TV. We love to do those video shorts, inspire young people. I'm going to continue on with my youth and depression series, so maybe asking some questions around that, but also on more positive notes, how your teams are doing, and yeah, what it's like to be a young person these days, because goodness knows it's not easy. But I do want to recognize in the high school, senior girls, Walnut Grove, they have such an incredible program there, the AAA. They have just jumped from number 3 to number 1, so great job. Kelowna, Brookswood, McMath and Richmond, you guys are doing great in the women's basketball scene. And then the boys Quad A, Oak Bay boys have jumped past Tamanawis up to number 1 in the province. And another shout out, this is so awesome. I feel such a great part, the Zen Brotherhood, Zen Masters. If you don't know, we won the World Championships back in 2005. And we've got a great collection of guys, and one of them are David Smith. He's the head coach at Burnaby South. They weren't expected to do much, I believe, this year. Under the steadfast leadership of Smitty, Dave Smith, they have now vaulted up to number 3 in the province in Quad A, which is some of the best basketball in the country. And Kitsilano Blue Devils are trending up. They were 10, then they moved to 9. Now they're up to number 6. So Owen Cutler and Everest Jags, and all of you guys, Tyrone, guys, way to go. And again, Lloyd Scrub, another Zen Math Fighting Irish from Vancouver College, currently ranked number 10. Okay, Coach K, Big E.
But I'm going to try to have a conversation that's a little bit bigger than ourselves.